So, welcome everybody, current new drivers and existing drivers. I think this is the first Driver Friday meeting that we've been able to open up to the public. Hello, Brittany. Tardy. So for everybody listening, this and all the new people, this is normally an opportunity for us to get together once a week, talk to the new people about things in the industry, new changes in our company, you guys' questions, concerns. We just take about 45 minutes to an hour if it lasts that long. Usually we go around the room and introduce ourselves so that we can get to know the new faces, and everybody is going to participate. So I will go first. I'm Chris Clark. I'm the Glass Division Manager. Just celebrated my 21st anniversary with Combined Transport. I know, right? That's really it. That's all. Oh, well, hello.
Hey, Chris.
Welcome. Okay, you go.
I'm next. Okay, Randy Spurlock. I do the glass. No, I don't. I do the flatbed training. I was promoting myself. I do the flatbed training. I've been here since 1998. Altogether, about 19 years total. So I enjoy what I do. And the people I work with. So hi.
Brittany Smith, I'm a glass dispatcher, and July will be my 4th year here.
You had to think about it.
Yes.
4 years of absolute bliss, mind you.
Hi everyone, my name's Cody, and I'm celebrating my first week with with Blackwell now, and going to be doing the Reefer Division. I'm excited to be here.
Nice. Did you come from school?
No,
okay.
I have about 4 years experience. I was running my own dump truck company in Colorado Springs for about 3 years, and I got tired of driving in circles, so I'm ready to go back over.
Looking for a change of scenery?
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome.
Thank you.
My name's Mara Stiles, and my first week here, and I'm with Blackwell and straight out of school.
Oh, all right. I knew that we had a student starting this week, so I wasn't sure who it was going to be.
It's me.
Okay, well, welcome. Go ahead.
My name is Wayne, brand new. What else?
Where'd you come from?
I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I've got like 10 months experience. I was working for CRST. I completed my contract with them. Wasn't too happy with them. I was talking to my dad, and he's like, I called the man to call her.
Oh, your dad works here? Oh, it's in the family. Well, I'm always actively recruiting for the glass division, so all of you, once you get your experience under your belt, if you want to try something new, you're always welcome to come to glass. So always keep that in mind. What are you frowning about? You want to come to glass? All right.
I'm happy I'm on that.
Introduce yourself.
That's too much work for me. I'm not back. But Keith, I'm a Blackwell dedicated water out of Weed. This August it'll be 3 years altogether. I've been driving, as of next month it'll be 25 years. I've been driving truck. Been happy ever since I got here. They treat me better here than any company I've ever been with before.
Perfect. Good to hear. This is why I like having existing drivers, because we get a lot of more engagement. All right, yes?
Patrick, owner of Blackwell, driving off and on 8 years now.
Yeah, he's a trader. He hauled glass for a while and then jumped ship.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's still good you're with the company, so I can't complain too much. All right.
My name is David. I'm a supervisor, driver supervisor. Been with the company for 2 years. Came from glass, all glass for Chris, and was also a coach with this company. And I moved over to driver services. My piece of advice for you guys, which you already know, I told you this morning, safety, communication, and owning your mistakes. Okay? Can't stress it enough. It's very important, and that's what we preach that here. Okay, so just please remember that at all times, all right?
Yeah, my name's Cliff. Been with the company about 3.5 years. running glass dedicated out of Kingsburg. So I get to work with these beautiful ladies every day, so.
See, they love us, telling ya. So, all right. Typically, I will send an email out to the company and ask for some feedback on things that the different divisions would like me to talk about in the meeting. And I did get some feedback. I actually got a lot of feedback from Blackwell, the reefer division. So this will be nice because the majority of you are Blackwell. And I even was trolling through the Facebook page of the Team Combined Driver Facebook page. And there's been a lot of existing Blackwell drivers really voicing their opinions on these same exact topics. So it sounds like it's something that's reoccurring that we probably need to get a handle on. The company as a whole have what's called post-trip inspection forms. And these are, it's an expectation of our company that you guys fill these out. And it's not only just for an opportunity for us to identify necessary maintenance and things that the equipment needs that you're using, but it's also a CYA for you drivers. It's an opportunity for you to fill out a post-trip inspection form stating that you left that equipment in the condition that you would be comfortable picking that equipment up in and utilizing it. That means brakes not being below DOT, leaky wheel seals. That means the reefer has more than a quarter tank of fuel in it when you drop the trailer. 3/4 or more, if I'm not mistaken, is preferable because you don't know how long that trailer is going to be sitting there before somebody picks it up. When you drop a reefer trailer, you got to do a washout. And if you have out-of-pocket expenses for those, we absolutely reimburse you for what you pay to maintain the equipment. But my understanding from the division manager for Blackwell, Roger Davis, is that these things are not happening. In fact, he says that we've had a run of reefers being neglected and made the next driver's problem. In an effort to get a handle on it, we need to start addressing it and holding the drivers accountable. When drivers report damage to a trailer, past due services, or expired DOTs, we want to make sure that we're tracking the driver history for that piece of equipment. So if you pick up a trailer that has, a bunch of ice cream cakes smeared all over the inside because the driver lost a couple pallets and he didn't take the time to do a washout, and you pick it up and you call into dispatch, say, hey, I can't make my pickup yet because I've got to handle this mess. Dispatch is going to start looking at the driver that had that trailer prior, and they're going to call the driver, hey, you left it in this condition, why'd you do it? No excuse. They're going to have a coaching conversation. The next time the driver does it, we are going to start doing verbal warnings and written warnings because we have to have some accountability. You guys have to have some skin in the game in maintaining this equipment. I experience the same thing in glass. I have drivers call up and say, hey, the airbag is flat, the landing gear is stuck, it's jammed up, the lights don't work. If you haven't filled out a post-trip inspection form, the first thing I'm going to do is go to that driver and say, hey, you left a laundry list of maintenance issues that you should have addressed. We do take into consideration that sometimes the pigtail, when you drop the trailer, worked just fine, and then another driver hooks up to it, and there might be a short. We get it. But we are talking about the significant DOT issues and the time-consuming issues that you're leaving for another driver, another team member, somebody that works with you. So the fuel is the other one. He says we've also been experiencing trailers dropped off in the yard under-fueled. 2 different instances, trailers ran out of fuel and driver services had to send out a service truck to refuel, prime, and start again, which is also unnecessary cost to the company. And the prior driver will be held responsible for negligent cost. So we really just want you to take the extra few minutes that it takes to leave the equipment the way you'd want to be able to pick it up. If there are maintenance issues, fill out a post-trip, transflow it in, and call OTR maintenance. Let them know I'm dropping this trailer over at Amy's Kitchen or Carestream, but it needs this, this, and this done. They'll make sure that the maintenance gets taken care of, or they'll have you bring it to the shop and they'll communicate with everybody that it's happening. So more communication in cases like this is better than not enough. Any questions?
I
Huh?
pulled the trailer out here, I cover for, Trevor on, his Fairfield milk run once in a while. I picked up a trailer the other day, last week when I was doing it, walked around, did all my inspection, found that it had a flat tire. Had a light out, but I didn't catch the light until after I got down to Fairfield. So the guy that picked it up the next day, I made sure I let him know that, hey, I didn't catch this till after I brought it here. That I showed it to him, so he knew that stop here on his way up, he can get, or get it replaced real quick.
Yeah.
And all that, I got the tire, took it right over to the tire shop and, got it done. But at least let the next driver know, hey, this is what happened, I need a tire replacement, I missed the light.
Right.
Because I was concentrating on the tire, so at least I communicate to him so he knew. But that's a lot of things, a lot of times you get in here, go out here sometime, you're finding flat tires, busted lights. The trailer I'm hooked, I haul now, cause I stayed hooked to the same trailer, picked it up, 3 taillights were no good, and a marker light was completely missing. No one caught it, and it had been sitting here, and I found going through the paperwork, it was 3 months overdue for its annual DOT inspection, so I had time, so I was able to stop and get it done.
Well, and that was the other piece too, because, there's automated messages sent to the trucks when, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when there are services coming due, and then they will come every time until that service is complete. So the notifications are there. You can't be like, oh, I didn't know, I forgot about it. I had 12 different drivers take a trailer that had expired DOT paperwork on it. Thankfully, the 13th driver did a thorough inspection, called up and said, hey, this DOT is expired. Well, what ended up happening was the driver that got the DOT done didn't leave the hard copy with the trailer. So we did have it on file and we were able to get the driver the copy he needed. But 12 drivers didn't do a thorough post-trip and communicate that, but the 13th one caught it. So those are the kind of things that we really need you to be thorough in your pre and post trips, is making sure that all the paperwork and all the documentation is up to date and that you communicate if it's not, because we don't want you guys having a bunch of downtime at the shop. We're all too busy to have to spend a bunch of time in the shop getting maintenance and
Especially when
repairs
you get
done.
caught in a scale and get inspected, I find it, you're gonna be there for a while.
Right,
Cause they could shut you down until.
because then they're gonna
that's
look
taken
for
care of.
tons of other things
Yeah.
that they probably, had you just had the paperwork, just
So
would've let
just a
you
little
get done.
diligence, check every time you pick up a new trailer, cause on the Blackwell River side, you gotta do a lot of dropping hooks everywhere,
Right.
so people, sometimes stuff gets missed, but you gotta look at it every day. I pull the same trailer all the time, so I always know what's going on with that trailer. If I find something acting wrong, I'm here every weekend, I can ride it up, get it fixed while I'm on my day off. But a lot of times, you go out there to the truck stop, they'll take 2-3 hours to get you fixed. I had one the other day, I did, just get it looped up. They told me it was gonna be 7 hours
Oh, yeah.
before I could get it fixed. 2 hours later, forget, we're just gonna wait, you just get on, in out there in 5 minutes, I was going down the road.
Well, and that's part of the reason why this next piece is super important too, is because a lot of the shippers and the receivers and even the shops, the dealerships, everybody is experiencing labor issues with the whole pandemic that we just went through for the last year. The glass plants, the reefer locations, like I said, all the vendors, they're experiencing major labor issues, which is creating detention. So Roger did want me to remind everybody in Blackwell, just to be patient, keep track of your times, because we do reimburse for detention past the contracted terms that they have with each of the individual customers. And communicate that if it's after hours to driver services, if it's during business hours, you just call into dispatch. And that goes for everybody. It goes for glass, it goes for heavy haul, reefer. But we wanna do everything that we can to make on-time delivery, but if it's circumstances like that out of your control, the communication to your dispatch and the deliveries will be adjusted accordingly. So that is pretty much the Blackwell piece. So I also want to let everybody know that we have permanently increased our driver referral bonus. So now if you refer a driver and they give us your name and they stay with us, after 30 days of the date they're hired, you get $2,000 in one lump sum. So, you guys over the road are, and at the customers, are our best form of advertisement, in my opinion. So definitely make sure that if you're talking to somebody about combined transport or Blackwell, make sure they know your name so that when they call in, that they can put you down and you can get that referral bonus.
If you talk to a driver's, recruitment over here, they'll give you cards you can carry with you.
Oh, they still have those?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I've got several of them in my wallet. I
Yeah,
carry
they
them in my
just gave
wallet.
us some the other day.
Oh, good. I didn't even know that they still had those. Yeah, write your
Yeah.
name on them ahead of
Yeah,
time and then
give
hand them
all the
out.
information, you just hand it to them, so they know who to call.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
right on there. I keep 4 or 5 of them in my wallet at all times.
Yeah, you never know when you're gonna run into somebody that's
I
gonna
got a
ask
friend I'm trying to
questions.
get on, but he's jumped around so much, he's gotta stay with the company for at least a year, so he can have consistency.
Yeah, show some
Because he just
longevity.
kept jumping from company to company, but he's staying with this one because he likes it. But he wants to work here because it, keep him more on the West Coast.
Right.
He's just moved to Arizona, so he's doing all that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do have some exciting news for the glass people that might be listening and for Clifton, since you're here. Starting July 1st, we have adjusted driver reimbursement for live loading glass. So currently, the drivers have to set up A-frames, tear down A-frames, and tarp the load. We were paying them $25 to set up, $20 to tear down, and we were paying them $35 to tarp the load. Well, now we are taking that away, and for every live load of glass that you do, you're gonna get $100 plus tarp pay of $50. Obviously, if you have a roll top double drop or a roll top flatbed, you won't get the tarp pay. But for every live load that you do, you will get a $100 glass live load reimbursement and $50 for every tarp. We are looking at some other options to make some adjustments in the driver glass fleet pay, but Jason and I are still working with Mike on those. But we thought that this would be a good start to try and, compensate the drivers in glass that are doing the work that they're doing. Now watch, nobody's gonna want a preload because they're all gonna want the $100 bonus. Clifton's like, no, I'll still take the preload. Oh, and we will be paying the $50 tarp pay on preloaded trailers. Because by rights, when the drivers get there to do a preload, the tarps are just draped on the load. It's our driver's responsibility, and I'm sure it is yours as well, to make sure that that load is loaded to your specifications, so that when you leave the facility with that preloaded trailer, you're signing your name to it stating, yep, this is loaded just the way I would have loaded it, and I feel confident taking it. But they still have to do all the tarping. They have to tighten up the ropes, and they've got to cinch everything down, and it's a lot of work. So that $50 tarp pay will also go for preloaded trailers, and that'll go into effect July 1st. So that's that piece. Yeah.
Since the flatbed has 2 tarps, it's per flatbed, right? It's not
Correct.
per, you're not getting $100 for tarping. It's
No.
$50 flat for.
$50 flat. Just like when it was $35, it was just $35. What?
I said he was spoiling the good phone calls you were gonna get over there.
Oh, wow. That's okay. I know, when my phone just went up and I was like, oh, is it Britain? No, not yet. So the shop here locally. Obviously, if you guys are OTR drivers, we know you're gonna get maintenance done over the road. It is more cost effective if we have an opportunity to get the maintenance done here at our own facility. However, we are running into some problems, I guess, due to the pandemic. The vendors and the distributors and the dealerships all really stocked up on their inventory. Well, they've worked through all that inventory now, and now that everything is lifting, the vendors are running out of inventory. So they are having a hard time finding serviceable parts. Shocks, battery supplies are low, mattresses. Even, for example, the one that we were working with today was a water pump. They're 3 weeks out on a water pump.
You're lucky you get them 3 weeks.
Well, that's what she said. She goes, obviously we're making, we're fixing it. We gave him a repower, and taking care of the driver so that he's not stagnant for 3 weeks. But We're just asking that you be patient. The vendors are doing what they can, but, they're kind of at the mercy of the vendors that they
It's
get
gonna
their
probably
parts
take
from.
a year or two before everything's back into a normal flow.
Oh, I'm sure it will, if that, you know, but it's gonna take a little bit, there's some growing pains to get back where we need to be. So, and as far as that goes with the shop times, if you wanna get in the shop, we have to have your service request sent in by 3 p.m. the business day prior to when you wanna be in the shop. So if it's Friday and you want your truck in the shop on Saturday, you gotta have it in by 3 o'clock on Friday. If you want it in on Monday, you gotta have it in 3 o'clock by Friday. And then between 3:30 and 4:30, the girls that do the schedule go through and confirm your dock time for the shop and send you a message to the truck. But, we've had some drivers, oh, I didn't know I was gonna make it here, or, oh, I forgot. And then they try and do their best to squeeze them in, but it kinda juggles up the schedule a little bit. So, 3 p.m., day prior. Fall protection. So this is more so for glass, but overall PPE is an expectation for the company. For my fleet, we give you all the PPE that we expect you to wear during the loading process for glass. You guys have your safety vests and hard hats. I don't know if some of your facilities require safety glasses or steel-toed shoes, but we have to wear it. Some of the glass facilities, like Kingsburg, they provide us with fall protection. They have a platform that you wheel up to the side of your trailer. Please remember to put the wheels in the locking position. It does us no good if you just wheel something up to the side of your trailer and go to step off of it and it swings out from underneath you and you fall on the ground anyways. So, fall protection for the harness on the ladder. They absolutely know it's cumbersome. We understand that. And you've got stuff hanging behind you and there's stuff, we absolutely know that it gets in the way, but it has proven to be more helpful in preventing injuries than it has been a nuisance. So please wear it when you're at the facilities that require it. If you don't know what the PPE requirements are for the facility that you're at, either ask at the guard shack when you check in, ask your dispatcher. The girls are pretty good about rattling off all the expectations, checking them off as they go to make sure that they've covered everything. But that's another one we're gonna have to add is the Kingsburg piece. You know, the safety guys on site, people like to call them safety Nazis or whatever, but that's their job. They're there to make sure that people are following the expectations so nobody gets hurt. So if you have issues, call your dispatcher.
Yeah, you also can't set up your racks or build a trailer in the yard, you have to take it outside of the facility down there to do it now, so.
Right, and we tell the drivers, cause it's the same out in North Carolina. They don't want you setting up the A-frames on site unless you're backed in a bay where the safety nets are connected to the side of the trailer. So we tell the drivers, set your racks up off-site if you feel like you don't wanna use the fall protection.
North Carolina has 2 outside bays with fall protection, you can do that at.
Huh?
North Carolina's got 2 outside bays you can set up at.
Yeah, but it's just easier to tell the drivers consistently instead of hit and miss, and then some of the, just like when I tell a driver from Fresno to Salt Lake City, my preference is that you take the southern route all the time, because during the summertime, if I say, oh no, you can take Donner, and then they forget, and then they go over Donner in the winter, and then they're stuck, so it's just take the southern route all the time. But, and if you have questions, pick up the phone and call. What?
Can you put your glass gear up on top of the trailer before you back into their fall protection at the site, or do they don't even want that done?
Laurenburg, you can put your stuff on there, they just don't want you on your trailer
Right.
without the fall
But you can
protection.
put your gear up on the trailer
Yeah,
there. and
because
then
that's the
back into
hard
their-
part, is with the safety netting, you have no access to your glass gear.
Right.
Yeah, so you'd have to pull it and put it up on the
What's
deck.
the big deal about that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So Melissa Dockery is our safety manager. For the safety committee, June safety focus. June is National Safety Month. We want everybody to be safe all 12 months of the year, but this particular month is the National Safety Month. So we are going to be focusing on distracted driving, fatigue driving, speeding, and following too close. Here within the last 3 weeks, we have had some significant events, wrecks, rollovers, and accidents that have been direct results of these safety issues. People falling asleep at the wheel, people being distracted because there's a fire over here and they're driving like this. So we're really focusing on these topics for this month. They said that the National Safety Council indicates that 42,000 people passed away in motor vehicle crashes in 2020. And that's an 8% increase from 2019, which is surprising because 2020 was the pandemic year where everybody was self-quarantining, that there was an increase. So we are just encouraging everybody to really focus on risky driving. She's gonna post examples on Facebook of distracted driving, fatigued, and speeding to heighten awareness and encourage drivers to engage. If you have ideas for future safety campaigns, you can post them on Facebook. You can email her, safety@combinedtransport.com. She's always looking for driver engagement and new ideas. The other piece for safety is Operation Safe Driver Week 2021. It's set for July 11th through the 17th. So this is a week-long event that will target commercial motor vehicles who are speeding and exhibiting other unsafe driving behaviors, reckless or aggressive driving, distracted, following too close, improper lane change, failure to wear a seatbelt, etc. So the Operation Safe Driver program is created to help reduce the number of crashes and unsafe behaviors. Please participate by helping raise awareness in your everyday dealings with the drivers. She's going to post on Facebook and send out a message. So the week of the 11th through the 17th, it's going to be like a sting week. They're going to be looking for commercial vehicles that are not following within the scope of safe guidelines in those areas. Currently, the company as a whole is over the threshold on some areas on our CSA scores. One of them is driver fitness. The other one is vehicle maintenance. Some of these items here would fall within the driver fitness category. So we really want to make sure that everybody is on point. We can't afford to have any more CSA score violations. And if everybody starts working together to really pay attention to their own person, then I think that we might see some of those points start dropping off and we'll kind of improve our score. So, anybody have any questions? Input? Nothing? This is quite a group today. I think I have covered everything. Randy Spurlock, do you have anything to put in?
I do not. Hydrate, consciously drink water. It's summertime.
Yes, it is gonna start, well, next week's gonna be up in the 90s again, despite the Oregon weather that we're encountering today.
Which is a nice little reprieve.
Yeah, it was triple digits, what, last week? Yeah, and none of you are going to Fresno. Well, Clifton, next week, it's gonna be a scorcher down there.
110 down there next week.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I saw it on Facebook, it's gonna be hot and,
Starting, I think, Monday, kind of in California.
yeah,
And
we've
it's
got
triple
Gatorades, we've got waters. Does Dave have that stuff in Fresno, or Kingsburg for you guys?
I'm not sure if he has it there yet, but I'll check.
Alright, it'll be there next week. I'll make sure that we get on that and just stay hydrated. And the thing about being hydrated is you have to be proactive, not reactive and hydrated. You need to not just, I'm gonna get on my truck in 30 minutes and guzzle water. You need to drink water throughout the course of the day so that you have the hydration. If you need to take a break and you feel dizzy or lightheaded, please just sit down and take a 5-minute break. If you need help, please ask for help. We do not want you guys getting injured. We don't want you falling. So we've got enough drivers out there over the road that can assist you guys. Call your dispatcher if you're by yourself. Tell them you need to take a break and let them know what you're experiencing. We don't want you to work through it, especially during the summer months.
That's what I like about my job. they actually give all the drivers free water, gallon, small bottles to gallons.
Yeah.
We get all the free water we want out there. They just put pallets out there for everybody to take
Yeah.
as much as they want. So we always got free water to drink.
That's my thing, electrolytes, water, popsicles, things like that, just to keep you guys cool.
One
So,
example of distracted driving, I have TikTok and I was watching one of the guys I follow.
you weren't driving, watching TikTok, were you?
No, I was on my
I was
my
saying,
evening break.
distracted.
But he was showing about an article that was in the news. Can't remember what state it was, but a driver was killed. He had his 12-year-old son with him. They literally cut off his legs, and he died before they could get him. He just lost too much blood because he was playing on his phone with his 12-year-old son sitting in the passenger seat.
Well, and we have the cameras on the trucks. They're outward facing cameras only, not inward facing. We don't want to impede on your privacy. Those cameras are really there to vindicate you drivers and to give us a really good scope of what happened in each incident. And we watch the videos. We watch them to determine a root cause on how each individual situation happens. We've had drivers, oh no, I wasn't distracted, when you can see in the video that the reflection of his phone in the windshield while he's driving down the road. So please know that when we have conversations with you, as David said in the beginning, is you really have to just be honest, own your mistakes, and learn from them, and go on and make new mistakes. Don't continue to make the same ones. We are a very understanding company, but we also really, first and foremost, care about your guys' safety and the safety of everybody over the road. So, we trust that you guys are going to take these huge pieces of equipment and these loads and be over the road and represent the company and keep yourself and passenger vehicles safe.
Yeah.
So,
I just wanna touch on hydration. I know you guys are reefer guys and gals. It doesn't matter, you guys jump up in those boxes.
Absolutely.
If you have a dry van, it's gonna bake you, man, okay? Keep in mind that the normal body takes to rehydrate 24 hours. Okay, so if you're dehydrated one day, guzzling a bunch of water isn't gonna help you when you get out there and jump in the back of the trailer, or get out there in the sun and do any type of work, period. Stay hydrated, stay away from caffeine on hot days. Okay, caffeine is not good, it will dehydrate you severely in the heat. Okay, I know a lot of people say, oh, I drink coffee all day, it doesn't bother me. It will dehydrate you.
it has water in it.
Okay, yeah, it has water, has sugar, has
Just
caffeine.
kidding.
It does its purpose, it keeps you awake, but again, it will dehydrate you, so please drink plenty of fluids, drink a lot of water. And two, when it comes to distracted driving, the most common thing, you got a screw off bottle for some water, soda, something like that, you unscrew it and it falls on the floor, you reach down, guess what?
Leave it on the floor.
Just leave it there.
That's
Leave it.
what I do.
If it doesn't get around your feet,
then I'll
kick
get
it
next
out,
time I
you can
stop.
kick it out of the way. Don't reach down there and try to reach for it, or, if your phone hits the ground, leave it there until you can get safely off the road and pick it up. Okay, those are big things that cause accidents real fast. It doesn't take very long. Driving 60 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour, it doesn't take long to come up on a car or a truck, or slow off the road. So just keep those things in mind, all right?
I have one more thing. So, as you all know, Siobhan is no longer with Combined Transport, and she handled all of the time off events for driver services. So now Nick Card is over in driver services, and he's working through the time off and the processes. We're really trying to automate some of them, but he's really pushing back on the division managers to let him know when we're at capacity for time off requests. So, like today, I got an email from Nick basically stating that these 6 drivers, all different lanes, wanted time off for 4th of July. And I already have 15 OTR drivers off for 4 days for 4th of July. So then I have to pick up the phone and kind of call the driver and say, well, can you take these days, or can you take these days, and try and stagger them a little bit. So be patient with us, because I obviously would love to have everybody off for the holidays all the time. But we'd be out of business. We have to have some trucks over the road. So, like Clifton, on yours, you're okay with the route through to get
Yeah.
through there?
Yes.
Okay. So right now, I can speak for the glass fleet. I am tapped out for 4th of July. 4th of July, the week of, and a couple days before and after, I have enough drivers off. So now, if you put in a request, because we do only request 2 weeks' notice for time off. And we as a company want to be as flexible as possible, because that's what we pride ourselves in, is getting you guys home on time for your requests. But you might get a phone call saying, hey, this is where I'm at, this is your request, what can we do? And if it's absolutely not flexible, then we'll figure something out. But if it's just, it was just a routine request, I can get there the next weekend or something like that, that's the kind of open dialogue that you're gonna end up having with the division managers probably. So don't be, why do
I was waiting my turn.
Oh,
I was
go
just gonna say, I did that, so I requested some time off the weekend after 4th of July.
Right.
Cause the only 2 holidays I usually try to get off, well, at least for Warren now it's gonna be changing, was Christmas and Thanksgiving. Cause I spent one with my family and one with a roommate. Well, one of the roommates just passed away from Corona in January.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then my grandma passed away before that, so now I'm not so worried about, if I get an extra day off, I get a day off, if not. But I requested the weekend after, which
Right.
they had no problem with, cause it's not 4th of July weekend. I don't
Right.
mind working, it's just another day I can drive around and see fireworks anywhere.
Well, and so I just kind of wanted to preempt into that, because I want you guys to be blindsided if Roger called you up, or I called you, or Scott Wagner for Heavy Haul for that matter. But we're, like I said, our main goal is to be as flexible as possible, because that's what we really want to do. You guys are out there over the road, and you're deserving of the time outside of the truck. If you are the type of person that can afford us the opportunity to put in your time off requests months in advance, so be it. More power to us. The early bird gets the worm. But if something comes up and your grandma's like, I want an 80th birthday party, and it's like 2 weeks beforehand and you're scrambling, we'll figure something out. But
Pretty soon I'll be putting them for I got save up the time, cause I'm taking a week and a couple extra days for a cruise I'm going on.
Oh, well, I'll make sure Roger does not approve that one. But, so anyways, I appreciate you guys being here tonight, and welcome to the new ones, and I'm glad we're open for business.
Yes, indeed.